And here in the United States, immigration is near the top of the agenda for lawmakers as well as the immigration reform bill continues to be drafted in the Senate. Advocates for immigration are using a wide array of strategies to win public support. Our guest is digital media expert Claudio Cabrera. Claudio, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
It's really fascinating in this new digital age, especially the social media age, how every topic, every social issue has changed. So let's talk about how social media has impacted the immigration reform movement.
Well, in the last 10 years, what we've really seen is digital media has exploded. So we've seen Facebook and Twitter really be the champions of social media. In the last 10 years, what you've seen is a lot of on-the-ground protests. So you've seen a lot of these advocacy groups, Latino advocacy groups, be on the ground, protests across the country, Arizona, Texas, Los Angeles, New York, and they would go in front of congressional halls, go in front of senators, the buildings, and protest. But what we've seen in the last few years is a lot of social media organizations open up that were dedicated to the Latino immigration reform movement. And those movements have just exploded on social media. What you've seen is organizations like the Dreamers, like Latinos in Social Media, which counts for Latism. And statistically, when you look at Latinos in social media, 72% of them use it in comparison to 53% of Americans. When you look at it on Facebook, 54% of Latinos use Facebook, while 43% of white Americans use Facebook. So Latinos are constantly using social media, and that's really been the push to get immigration reform forward.
And talk about a little bit of the nature of how they're using it. So it's not just about, hey, y'all, we're having a rally, you all come on out. Mm-hmm. Talk about the ways that they've used it to really push forward the agenda.
Well, one of the main things that's occurred is this this hashtag called I March. It was created by Mayor Michael Bloomberg and Rupert Murdoch. And what that is an online town hall which kind of allows American citizens to push any issue that they feel is not getting enough attention forward. So what happened 2 weeks ago was actually an I March on immigration reform. And that actually reached over 500 million people on Twitter. And it was mostly led by Latinos in Social Media, which is a group which tweets about 1 million times a week and reaches about 10 billion accounts a month. So that's really been the focus of the social media movement when it comes to Latinos. And they've really been able to get progress on it. They've been tweeting Senator Ted Cruz, who has been an opponent of immigration reform. They've been tweeting a lot of the Gang of Eight, which are the senators that are really deciding what immigration reform, when it'll happen, and
wait, Claudia, don't blow by that too fast. Yeah. As it comes to Senator Cruz, talk about the amount of response that he got.
Oh, he got over 300. I think he got over 300 retweets towards his account, and there were just a bunch of individuals that were really, going at him and really telling him why he's wrong on the immigration reform issue and why it's something that really needs to be pushed forward, and how a lot of their rights from the DREAM Act to immigration reform as a whole aren't being, attended as they should be.
Interesting thing that I also read in the research here is how now undocumented workers are willingly identifying themselves as such and telling their stories on social media, whereas before they really kind of kept that secret.
It was definitely a fear before. 10 years ago, we didn't see that. A lot of the individuals that are undocumented were scared to really put their story out there due to the witch hunts that were going on across the country. Now, a lot of these organizations are really empowering these individuals to go on social media, to go on websites, and really share their stories through personal anecdotes or just through tweets. And that's really helping to push the conversation forward. And you've seen a lot of Republican senators who 10 years ago weren't on the immigration reform bandwagon and really weren't trying to push it forward, now really moving to the center of it and really making it a priority.
That was my next question, Claudia, and that is, I understand how the social media galvanizes and activates those who are for an issue, in this case immigration reform, but are they getting the response that they want? Are legislatures paying attention to all of this activity on social media?
Well, I think absolutely. When you look at it, immigration reform has been a political football of sorts for the last 20 years. You had President Bill Clinton talk about it, you had President Bush talk about it, but really nothing happened. President Obama also made it like a hallmark of his first term, but nothing ever happened with that. Now we see a lot of progress on that as President Obama is making it, a point to really pass immigration reform in his second term. And now I believe that immigration reform will be passed this year. Will it be to everyone's liking? Maybe not. But I think the conversation has finally got to the point where we're going to have something like we're going to have a solution come out of this.
It is indeed a whole new day, and I can see you're excited about it.
I'm definitely excited.
Yeah. Claudio Cabrera, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good to see you.